The Agony of Life. By the time the rooster crowed in Amakporo village, Neka was already awake, her eyes open, but her heart heavy. It had rained heavily the night before, and the red earth was now soft beneath her bare feet. She tied her faded wrapper tightly, stepped outside, and picked up the rusted metal bucket. Another long day awaited her, the kind that had no beginning or end. At just 24, Neka had known more sorrow than most women twice her age. She had dreams once, to become a nurse, to wear white, to save lives. But life in Amakporo was not built on dreams. It was built on survival. Her father died when she was 12, leaving behind a widow and 5 children. As the first daughter, she dropped out of school to hawk vegetables on the roadside and help her mother. Her younger brother, Chijioke, had shown promise in school, so all efforts were funneled into him. But Chijioke died at 17, struck down by typhoid they could not afford to treat. Neka had screamed that day, long and loud, until her voice cracked. Grief wrapped itself around their home like thick harmattan fog. Years passed. She married a man from the next village, Ifoni, a palm wine tapper with a gentle smile and rough hands. They had one son, little Topchoku, whose laughter once brought life back to her bones. But happiness in Amakporo was like smoke, it never stayed long. One morning, Ifoni climbed the tallest palm tree, barefoot and confident, just like he always did. A strong wind came. The tree swayed. His grip slipped. The villagers found his body twisted like a broken broomstick at the base. Neka didn't cry this time. Her tears had dried up long ago. Now, it was just her and Topchoku. Every day, she walked 5 miles to fetch water. She weeded farms she didn't own. She carried firewood on her back and pain in her chest. Still, she smiled when her son ran to her, arms wide, shouting, "Mama." That morning, she watched him eat his small portion of yam porridge with a kind of joy only mothers understand. She had eaten nothing. Then came the sickness. Topchoku started coughing. His body grew hot. The local herbalist gave her roots and leaves, but the boy only grew weaker. She begged at the church. She cried at the health center. But they said, "No drugs unless you pay." 3 days later, he died in her arms, calling her name with his final breath. "Mama." The sound haunted her even in sleep. She dug the grave herself, behind their mud house, beside a guava tree. The villagers watched but said little. Pity had become too common in Amakporo. After the burial, Neka sat alone, staring at